Hey you guys, it's Triston. Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a really long time since we've talked to each other, you guys, but it's just with everything that's been going on in the world, we've really seen the world that we live in take such a crazy turn in this year of 2020, and I think that kind of affected us all in really different ways. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just let you guys know that the reason why I haven't really been posting to my channel is because I went through a really grave depression during quarantine. I really kind of experienced a lot of dark moments, a lot of dark situations, a lot of dark encounters, a lot of dark individuals during this time. And unfortunately for me, it just really put me in a really bad place. And I just lost interests in so many things that I love to do. And one of them was posting to my YouTube channel. I mean, there were so many times where I would say, okay, I have to post this video, and I would come up with like a cool idea to make a video for you guys, but then I just couldn't get myself to do it. I just couldn't. And then as the time went on more and more and more, I was like, well, what do? Do I just kind of jump back in and just throw out like another vlog or just something like that? Or do I just take the time to kind of get this off my chest and explain myself, you know what I mean? And just kind of share my experiences, because I know I'm not the only person who went through a depression or a slump or a funk or whatever you want to call it during this crazy time. I mean, there's so many of us who went through this, and I think to get through it, we have to share our stories and share our experiences with each other so that we know that we're not alone. You know, I mean, there were weeks at a time where I couldn't get out of bed. You know, it would be like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, I'd be waking up in the afternoon. And for me, that's really, really late. And that would just kind of create this horrible aura, because I would just start the day off just feeling horrible because I slept in so late, you know what I mean? And then I just having to stay indoors, it's like you're trying to kind of fill your time, and it really takes a toll on somebody. And I see how important it is for people to have social interactions and for us to be around each other and to go out and to experience life. It's so important. So I kind of went through a couple of different waves of depression, I would say. And after the first wave came along, I really tried to take like active control of my life. I woke up and I had a whole routine. I started doing yoga right away. I found this great channel, Yoga with Cassandra, and she has a 30-day yoga challenge. It's 10 minutes of morning yoga and affirmations every single day for 30 days. And you guys, it really changed my life when I first started having these kind of like depressive episodes. And I'll put a link to Cassandra's YouTube channel below so you guys can check out the 30-day challenge for yourself. I think for me, the biggest thing was establishing a routine. So I would wake up, I would do my yoga, I would meditate, I would really take that time in the beginning of the day for myself. And then I would clean up my apartment, I would just pick up my home, my house, make sure everything was straight and tidy for the day. I always make my bed. I'm somebody who wakes up in the morning and makes their bed as, you know, the first thing they do every day. And that was a part of my routine. And then I would take care of my dog, I would feed him, I would walk him, make sure all of his needs were met. And then I would go off and I would try to work for a little while. At that time, I was working a little bit, so I would try to fill my day that way. My YouTube channel came out of my first wave of depression. Who the fuck is making all this fucking noise? Oh my God, guys, it's like I live in the fucking ghetto. So my YouTube channel was, you know, conceived or concepted or whatever out of, you know, having to figure out what to do with this time and quarantine and depression and everything. And it was such deep therapy for me, you guys. I mean, I just set up my camera, set up my lights, you know, figured out what I was gonna do, and I just created my whole channel. And it was something I was really proud of, and I was really excited to release. And it was very therapeutic for me. Then I think I was on that track for a while, and then I don't know, I just kind of fell off again. I mean, that's just kind of how depression works, you know? I mean, you're doing really good, and then one day you can just kind of take a hard right turn, and you know, you find yourself feeling like you took 5 steps back. But you know, that's just the transparency of what it's like to live with this illness. And I think when I had that second wave, it was really important for me to kind of make lifestyle adjustments, more lifestyle adjustments at that point. I started eating really, really healthy. I started working out more. I started just really kind of focusing on having a really active lifestyle. And that really kind of helped me just stay in good spirits throughout my day and kind of stay above water, you know? That's kind of how I dealt with like the second wave of depression. And then like the third wave really hit me. I kind of just felt like I was just spiraling more out of control. I just felt like my mood being affected, just the decisions that I was making just weren't necessarily the best, the people I was surrounding myself with, things like that. It just wasn't, you know, what I am proud of or the kinds of things that I want to be doing with my life, you know what I mean? But you find yourself in those situations sometimes, in depression, out of depression. I mean, that's just life, you guys, you know? I mean, what's that new Drake song? Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry, but I guess you know now. Like, I don't know what it is about that line and that lyric, you guys, but it's so raw and it's so real and it's so true. I mean, man, sometimes you cry and sometimes you laugh, but we know that now. You know what I mean? Like, we know that now. And when you're going through times when you're crying, you just need to remind yourself that there will be times when you're laughing soon, okay? Because that's life, man. That's life. And you have to take the good with the bad. And you have to really kind of understand that a moment isn't forever, you know, and that you're gonna get through it. And it will be hard sometimes, but you're stronger than you think. We're all stronger than we think. So to kind of get myself out of that third wave of depression, I really kind of once again focused on my physical health. Every time I want to get myself out of a mental kind of depression or entrapment, I always focus on my physical health because it's mind, body, spirit, you guys. It really is. And you have to make sure everything is lined up, you know what I mean? So I started going to a chiropractor. Oh my God, you guys. And just the health benefits of going to a chiropractor, I can't even sit here and list them all. You guys have to do some research for yourself, but I highly recommend it, you know? That helped me significantly. You know, I started to really get a hold of my sleep patterns and making sure I was going to sleep at a good enough hour so that I was waking up earlier in the morning so that I could maximize, you know, my time during the day and get done as many things as I can, you know, or want to, for that matter. I really started to focus on transitioning my life into Los Angeles. I'm gonna be moving from Orange County to LA very soon, and I'm just really excited about this next chapter. I'm excited about the opportunities that I have for myself, the people that are entering my life, all of it. It's just really exciting, and I just feel and know in my heart that, you know, the things that I've wanted for and asked for so long in life are finally coming into fruition and that I'm receiving now. You know, I mean, there's times when you ask for what you want in life, and then there's times when you receive it, and you have to be open and willing and ready to receive. And that's what I'm preparing myself for right now. And that's how I'm dealing with the last wave of depression that I went through during this last, I guess, 6-month period that we've just been living through quarantine. And you know, in the United States, our social and racial reckoning and just all of the things that we're experiencing right now in America. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I know if you live in the US, you know what I'm talking about and you can relate. And if you live abroad, you know, I know that you guys can see what's happening and you can imagine. And on top of, you know, what you're experiencing from the virus and from your own quarantine and time indoors. And so we can all just relate to each other right now in one way or another. And I think that by sharing our experiences is how we show support, you know what I mean? And make sure that we all know that we're not in this alone and that we're stronger together. I just want to say that if you are struggling with this right now, there's so many options. There's so many options for you, you know, just reaching out to people. And I know that sometimes you can feel really alone in life, even if you're surrounded by people and friends and those who you care about and vice versa, you can still feel alone. You know, that's valid and that's understandable, you know, and you can reach out to anybody, whether you have a friend on the internet who you've never even met up with in person, you know. You can share your experiences with them because I'm sure that they're looking for somebody to do the same. You just have to be open to listening to others so that you can be heard too. Just making sure that you get up and take care of yourself, just making sure you're drinking enough water and eating healthy and really taking care of your vessel and making sure that on the inside you feel good physically so that you can feel good on the outside and that you can feel good up here, you know, because like I said before, it's all connected. I cannot stress enough the importance of being around other human beings. It's so important for us to have social interaction, even in the time of social distancing. Just making sure that you can go out, and if you don't feel comfortable necessarily going to a restaurant or going to like a big social gathering right now, you know, just going to a park and just being around people, even if you're not interacting with them in a close proximity, just seeing other people will make you feel better. You know, if you have a friend that you feel comfortable taking a walk with, or, you know, sitting at a social distance from each other in a park or in public, something like that, whatever it is that can kind of make you feel like you're living a normal life is going to be so beneficial to you. Finding hobbies, picking up activities is so important, you guys. For me, that was yoga. I found yoga and it was so transformative to my life, to me spiritually, to me mentally, to me physically, and I recommend it to anybody now who likes to be active and also likes to meditate and kind of just be one with their own mind, body, and spirit. Having a creative outlet like YouTube is so beneficial. We're all creative beings. We all have things that we can create and that we can put together and that we can show and display to others. And we all need to be offering our skills and our talents to the world. Being on social media, being engaged with others, whether it's online or whether it's in person, is so beneficial to maintaining your mental health and mental awareness during this really stressful and trying time. And I want you guys to feel comfortable reaching out to me. If this is something that you're dealing with personally and you're just looking to talk with somebody who can understand, you're more than welcome to mention me in the comments or shoot me a DM on Instagram, and I'll always try my best to reach out to you guys with the best advice that I can. I mean, because even before the quarantine and all of this happened, depression was always something that I kind of struggled with, you know, and I've shared my story, whether it's on my YouTube, whether it's on other people's YouTubes, on social media or whatever. I've used these platforms to share my experiences because I've been dealing with them for so long, you know. I went to rehab for depression and anxiety and mental health and things like that, and I got professional help, and it really changed my life, and it gave me the tools to be able to deal with these things on my own during times like this. And it's how I get through these moments. So don't ever be afraid to ask for help or to get help if you need it, you know. And even if you don't think that you need it, don't be afraid to think, maybe I might actually need it. There's nothing wrong with that, you guys. And for me, I'm so lucky that we're so close and that I can share this with you guys, because it just continues to help me being able to share my story with people, to be transparent and being able to reach and connect with others. And that's why I love you guys so much. And that's why it's so important that I get back on my channel, that I get back interacting with you guys on social media, and that I continue to share my life and to share my experiences with all of you guys, because I hope that you guys will continue to do the same with me, and we can all be here to support each other. So thank you guys so much for coming back and chatting with me and letting me get all of this off my chest and just kind of explain to you guys where I'm at and what I've been going through and dealing with during this crazy coronavirus quarantine and everything else that's just going on in our world right now. Our world is changing, you guys, and I know it may seem really, really scary right now, but I promise you that it's all changing for the better. So until I see you guys next time, make sure you are subscribed to my channel and following me on Instagram so you never miss out on any of the tea. Ciao!